everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Jenna here. So this video is the second part of the slow stitch little fairy houses, cottages that I'm making at the moment. So just to go over what I've already been making. So these are little stitch cottages, fairy houses that I made a while ago. So that's those two. And it's using over leftover fabrics and then just lots of hand stitching, different stitches, and adding excuse me, bits of fabrics as well, just to represent the trees in this one, couching. So there's lots of different stitches going into them, and these are the smaller ones that I've made as well. So there's the blue and the yellow one, and the little pink one. And then what I've made, I've done an orange one on here, this little orange one, and then what I've done, I've left it so the little door's open. So what I'm going to do is stitch them in there. I'm not too sure what to stitch in there yet, but something you know, something obviously related to the fairies. So yeah, so something in there I'm going to stitch. So I've left that open like that, and then I've started working on a little green one as well, and that is going to be the idea for this little tree is the wisteria, so lots of purple and that, and then loads of other stitches as well. So that's where I am with the smaller ones. So going back to this one, so what I've done is wrote down the stitches that I've been using, that I've stitched, sorry. So in here, on this one, I have fly stitch, which is just in here. As you can see, that's a fly stitch, feather stitch going down there, thorn stitch. I've actually done it on that one there, and that's thorn stitch there. Blanket stitch is just going around here. It's the same blue as this little bit of wool, so you can't really see it, but that's blanket stitch around there, and a little bit around here as well, and around the door. Detached chain stitch, which is the leaves, so loads of them I've got to do. And then French knots, which represent the little flowers, here and then here. And then I've wrote down wheat stitch, but I haven't actually done wheat stitch, but I don't know if I'm going to do that one yet or not. So that's where I am with this one. So I've done quite a bit on it. So I've done the tree, and that is stem stitch on there. That's stem stitch. I've made a little well, and then I've used the little bits of felt that I've got. And then for the little handle and that's stem stitch in there, and then just a little straight stitch to create the little bucket. Little seed stitch here for the mushrooms, and what else have I got in there? And then this is the Mennonite tacking stitch, which I've made to create like a fence in there. So that's where I am with this one. So somebody asked me what I was going to do with them. So one idea I had with the smaller ones, I'll just put this to the side for a moment and I'll carry on with that, is to make a like a little scroll. So they'd go, you know, like that. I'll make that so I can get them all in. There we go. So that's to make the scroll. So it'd all go, you know, like along like that. If you can see them all on the camera, so like that. That's one idea. And then yesterday, when I was doing my shopping, I came across a little frame actually. I've got this one in black. They didn't have any white in stock, but I thought another little nice idea would be just to frame one. The only thing is, because the glass sits right on top of the right on top here, so if you put your little bit of sewing in, so here, oh, it goes like that, doesn't it? And then the sewing, so goes on there, little house, and then that's the back. So you could just sit it in there. I'm not going to seal it back up, but that just to give you the idea of what it'd look like. Now, I did ideally want a white frame, but that's fine. What I'm going to do is paint over this, and I thought I could decorate it and you know, make one to go inside a frame. So that's another little one for this little idea. And then another idea I had was earlier this year I made this, which was going to be a journal, like a journal cover. And obviously, again, based on nature and wood, wood, trees, etc. Lots of textures, loads of different stitches in here again. Using up the bits of scrap fabrics as well out of the scrap box. So yeah, so that's that. And then I thought what I could do, another idea, I think for the smaller ones, is to make a larger one of these, like a much larger piece, and then have the little fairy houses like stitched in. And I was thinking, oh, I could put them on like that, but obviously that's not going to work, is it? So actually stitch, not even on here, like, you know, like make a little fairy house and then sew that into here so it sits in there. So that's another little idea. And you can make quite a large one and then have the little fairy houses dotted around, maybe at the base of the trees. And the fairy house actually might need to be a little bit smaller if I'm going to do this idea, but I'll see how it goes. So that's a couple of ideas that I've got. And then for the big ones, I've no idea. So that's that. So that's a couple of ideas. What else was I going to show you? Oh yeah, so also, as we're doing fairies at the moment, so what I did, I popped into my local charity shop, a recycling centre, and I picked up this kit. It was not completed, so I brought it home and completed it, and it's lovely. And it's a little kit by Corinne Felt Kits, and they're little fairy houses. So everything was in the box. They hadn't been made, so it gives you little instructions on various stitches, and you can add your own, which I've done on this one here. So these are filled with stuffing, which comes within the kit, and then there's also lavender. But I thought that was lovely because that was like a little project that was, you know, in the recycling centre, and I've brought it home and I've completed it, which I'm obviously because I love the fairies. So yeah, so that was great fun doing that, and they smell lovely as well. And also, just wanted to show my little fairy doll. Now I made her after watching a video on YouTube, and it's a little wooden head, and then the body's made of wire. And then for mine, for the dress, I found a silk flowers in the shop, in a charity shop again, and then I've just used that as her dress, and then the leaves as her wings, a little bit of wool for the top part of her body, and it's a bit of trimming just to put on for her shoes, and then in her hair. So yeah, so that's a little fairy doll. So yeah, so as you can see, absolutely love anything to do with the fairies. And then also I've got outside, my brother made me a little wooden fairy house, the base of it, and then I'm going to decorate it. So I've got that also, which I've been working on, so I'll share that as well. So yeah, let's get back to this then. So this is the second part, like I said, of the video that I've already started, and this is where I've got to now. So like I say, I've added a well, I did lots of stitching. I had originally, it might be on the first one actually, I had originally done the branches, but I'd done them in a light green, but last night I just didn't like it, so I've taken it all out, so it took a while to take out, and then I'm going to go back in now and do the leaves in this dark green. And then here, what did I think of here? And I thought of something here, and I found this little bit of wool, which is quite nice, so I might just tuck that in there. I sort of stitch that down there, so it might go like that. So yeah, so these I mean, these are great, you know, just to do use up your leftover fabrics, try out various stitches, try new stitches on them, using up like little pieces of felt as well. And yeah, so let me carry on then. So I'm going to go back in and do this one. So that was the green I had started using, but I just didn't like it, so I've undone it all. and that was stem stitch, which was quite hard to, took a little while to sort of get it all out. But let's have a look. So, and then the wool I've got, again it's a pearl cotton wool thread, but it's the thicker one. I know I usually work, I've got an 8 and a 5. So yeah, so this is some wool. And there's no set way of doing these. It's just purely, you know, stitching in the moment and creating a little place of magic. So let's get back into, and if I was going to say as well, if you wanted to, I don't, but you could, even if you wanted to, like, to sketch out where your little door will be, where your little windows would be, where you want to put your mushrooms, but I don't, I'll just go with it. So like, as you can see, I've just gone in straight with the stitching for the tree. I put the leaves wherever randomly, and yeah, so just go with it, and then use over little bits of other bits of wool here, which just create like a little bush effect there. So as I'm stitching along, ideas pop in, and then I think, oh yeah, like the well, I thought I didn't know what to put there, and so I went well, I thought, right, we'll put that in then. So I'm really pleased that little well came out. So this is the detached chain stitch, which I'm doing now. Oh, I know I bought some new needles, didn't I? Here they are. Some new needles. Might be a bit sharper. I'm using that. Sharper end up. Try this one. Yeah. I bought some elastic as well, because I'm going to have a go at making a scrunchie for my granddaughter. I don't know, I also, yeah, so there's any stitches that you want to learn, there's loads of YouTube videos that you can watch. And sometimes there's stitches that I like and I think, oh, I'd love to have a go at that, and then I go onto YouTube and then find somebody who's doing a stitch, which is really good and helpful. I've got 2 threads going on there. I think they're different types of, I think the one's embroidery floss. So not going in any set way, just got to think of a tree. I didn't realise I started that. I've got a bit of thread there. We're in the So that's going to take a little while to do, so I'll leave it at that one for now. I'll go back to that later. I'll use up that other bit of green there. So let's have a look then. So yes, I'm going to cover all that, well, the majority of it with this little this stitch here, the detached chain stitch. So it's this bit here. I just thought I could put a little sign in there actually. Let's have a look. The only thing is, let's have a look. So that's quite big, isn't it? Going to dominate it, isn't it? Right, that was just an idea. I'll come back to that. Wildflowers. Oh yeah, I've got bullion knots in there as well. So I did 3 little bullion knots there in that one. Just thinking, I think I will do this bit here. I quite like that. Actually, I'm going to risk it and just try that bit off. A little push there. Or what I might do actually, if I've got any more, I found some, what material did I find? I think I'm going to put that in. I'm going to put that in there. Right. Just stitch it down and then just tease it. Now I've got quite a lot of texture here, so maybe just something along here. Because it could even be like, you know, at the back here, You could have some, how much we got? We ain't got much room. Maybe a bit of this around there. It's like behind the cottage. Don't know if I've got any. Look. Right. Just found that actually. I've got a massive orc bag here. So I'm just found that in there. Could even be like a little bird's nest actually. Oh, I might put that in there, like a little nest. You only want a tiny bit. Yeah, I might pop a little bird in there. So I might have that there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave it here. So yeah, so this is, so just showing you where I've got up to, what I've added, and then like I say, it's if you make one of these, you know, just add, get your little house, and then stitch, and then just, you know, just imagine going in the forest, and then you come along a little fairy house, and then try and create that through the stitching, if that makes sense. But you know, it's just like a place of magic and wonder. And I mean, I love making these, absolutely love making these. So and there's lots of, you know, other ideas for making this, so like I say, going in the frame as well, which would be really fun. So yeah, so I'll share that with you as well. So there we go. So what I'll probably do, so the next video of the little fairy house will probably be this completed piece, and I might have done the frame as well, and then stitched one to go in the frame. So yeah, okay then, thanks for watching. If you've got any comments, please leave them below, and if you like what I'm doing, please press the like button and subscribe, and see you all soon. Bye now.